Once again, I want to welcome everyone to our February 21st, 2017 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting. Jenny, before we get started, I want to recognize a special guest. She's sitting right over here next to her dad. Grace Brasher is with us. Grace, why don't you stand up? Oh, you already were. Okay. Well, welcome to the meeting. Grace and her dad and I had a conversation in my office, and she was unaware that her dad was an engineer. And she started to go home. She asked me if I could give her a ride home tonight. So welcome, Grace. It's nice to have you here. I get to see her every Sunday, or just about every Sunday at church. So she leads the little ones up, right? Okay. Jenny, are you ready?
Yes. Item 1, consideration for presentation. A proclamation March 1 through 7, 2017, Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Whereas severe weather can strike at any time in Kentucky, causing extensive and long-lasting effects upon our citizens and impacting personal lives, the social structure, and the economy on both the local and state levels, and whereas Daviess County Emergency Management is charged with preparing Daviess County for all applicable natural disasters, including severe weather, and whereas Daviess County Emergency Management cooperates with other local, state, and federal government agencies, the National Weather Service, the Kentucky Weather Preparedness Committee, and private corporations to prepare the citizens of Daviess County for severe weather. And whereas all Daviess County residents are encouraged to participate in the 2017 statewide tornado safety drill to be held on February 8th at approximately 9:07 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now therefore I, Daviess County Judge Executive Al Mattingly, do hereby proclaim March 1 through 7, 2017 as Severe Weather Awareness Week in Daviess County, and urge all public and private institutions as well as residents to note its observance and take necessary actions to prepare and protect our people and property that could be threatened as a result of severe storms. Visit the Daviess County Emergency Management Facebook page daily for severe weather safety tips, and go to ready.gov to learn how you can be better prepared at home, work, church, and in between. Are you here to accept it? You come up and get it. I'm not bringing it to you.
That's all right.
John is our deputy director. I don't know where Andy is. He must be out chasing tornadoes.
He is back en route. He was off at training down in Bowling Green, and he is traveling back.
Okay.
So, yes, we thank you very much for doing that. As a storm-ready community, we participate with the National Weather Service in trying to bring awareness of severe weather and the possibilities that it brings. And so we try to make sure that the citizens are well informed, and this really helps us get that done. So we appreciate that, and definitely encourage everyone to participate wherever they happen to be on February 28th at 9:07 Central Time in the morning as we do the statewide tornado drill.
Will you be setting alarms off at that time?
We won't be setting the alarms off. That tends to cause a bit of confusion. So to my knowledge at this time, nor the city nor the county will be sounding the sirens.
Okay. Well, I do know when my dear mother was still alive that Channel 14, Jonathan, and the guys here at Daviess County and the city of Owensboro used to set them off when it was a bluebird day, and she would end up in the closet with a pillow over her head. So
we try to prevent that. So.
Okay. Thanks, John.
Yes,
appreciate it. Next item, Jenny.
B, Treasurer's Report for January 2017.
Mr. Hendricks.
Total cash at January 31st is $30,406,237. The general fund is $13,658,381, and all funds are within the acceptable range. That there's nothing that within the budget range that we had not anticipated. So I really have no comments.
Okay. Commissioners, any question or comment of the treasurer? This is a presentation only. We have it on file, and anyone that would like to look at it's welcome to come to our offices between the hours of 8 and 4:30. Next item.
2, consideration for approval minutes of the February 7th, 2017 court meeting.
Move to approve.
Second. I have a motion second. Commissioners, you've had a copy of the minutes in your possession for some time. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
B, all claims for all departments.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, Commissioners, you have a copy of all the bills due and payable by Daviess County Fiscal Court. Any questions of the treasurer at this time? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
C, renewal of the Myriad payroll contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mr. Hendricks.
This is an annual renewal. It's good for 1 year. Myriad is the company that does our payroll processing, and I would recommend approval.
Any question or comment? Question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
D, audit engagement letter with Mountjoy, Chilton, Medley, LL.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mr. Hendricks.
This is the audit engagement letter for fiscal year 17. As you are aware, we have used Mountjoy, Medley several times when the state elects not to do the audit. I've received a letter where they have elected not to do it for fiscal year 17. I've reviewed it. It's standard, similar to last year. It's increased to $28,080, which is about, I think, about a $700 increase, but still well under bids we took 5 or 6 years ago. So I would recommend approval.
Okay. Question or comment by the commission? Jim, how often do we go out for bid, or how often do we check?
When, on an item like this, when we've used them before and they're in good standing with the APA, unless there's a reason, we don't change typically.
Right. We would take this under professional services, I would assume?
Yes.
Okay. Any other question or comment? Question or comment by the public? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
E, surety bond released for Whispering Meadows Units 1 and 2.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Grace, this is where your daddy gets to shine.
Judge, the subdivision developer has requested a release of surety for public improvements for Unit 1 and 2. My office has inspected those improvements and agreed that they were installed correctly or to our standards. I recommend approval.
Any question or comment? Question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
F, hired Jeffery King as a road inspector in the engineering department effective 3/6/17.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. We happen to have Mr. King out here in the audience. Would you stand up? And Jeff, I knew you when I was over at City Hall. You always did a good job, were always very nice, and really did a great job. I don't know why you would want to come to work for Mark, but Mark, do you want to? Mark, do you want to say anything?
Yes, it's tremendous that Jeff accepted our offer. He's got 30 plus years in construction field, most of that in inspection. We are excited to have him on board.
Okay. Commissioners, any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Welcome aboard, Jeff.
G, hire the following Parks Department employees beginning on or after 3/1/17 and subject to successful completion of pre-employment screenings: Tracy Jones, Trenta Powers, Ricky Roberts, Chris Hall, Daryl Roberts, Steve Nazarek, Tyler Wilson, Ray Cooper, James Robertson, Jimmy Devine.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Ross, how many of these folks are returnees?
6 of the 10 that we are recommending are returners, and we do have 4 new ones this year.
Okay, well, that's not bad. Any question or comment, commissioners? Question or, well, there is none, so if there are no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Ross. Commissioner Larry Condor just walked through the door. Commissioner, welcome.
3,
Next item.
consideration for appointment A, Jordan Camp to the Property Maintenance Appeals Board, term 2/25/17, 2/25/20.
Motion approved. Second.
Commissioners, Mr. Camp has served one term. As you're aware, this is a new board. He's done a good job. He happened to draw the short straw on the staggered terms, so this will be an appointment for 3 more years. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
B, Sean Land to the Ethics Board, term 3/117, 3/120.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, the city appoints an attorney to that board, the county appoints an attorney to that board, and then we have a joint appointment. Mr. Land is that joint appointment. He has served 1 term. As far as I know, he's done a great job because none of us have seen him, right? Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
C, Dwayne Smithers to the MCA Board, term 3/117, 3/121.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, the MCA Board is the medical control board. Dwayne, our fire chief, has served 1 term, done a good job. I know he'll do a good job going forward. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
D, Doug Hoyt to the Airport Board, term 3/117, 3/120.
Move to approve. Second.
Commissioners, Mr. Hoyt, as you recall, was a candidate for mayor of Owensboro. He has indicated a willingness and desire to be more active in the community. In the airport board is realigning their terms, so this is a short term to be for 3 years. Any question or comment? And I'm sorry, Peggy Gardner had served 2 terms and has been our appointee to that board, and you know we've attempted to make 2 terms the max unless perhaps they're serving as a chair. So I want to thank Peggy for all the time that she donated to that board. If there are no other question or comment, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
E, Barry Fry also to the Airport Board, term 3/117, 3/121.
Move to approve. Second.
Commissioners, again, Mr. Fry has served a partial term, and he has done an excellent job. I think Commissioner Castle, he's been to all those meetings and participated very well. So I'm sure he'll do a good job going forward. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
4, Ordinance A, second reading of KOC 220.30, and ordinance authorizing and directing the rebate of 0.35% of all occupational license fees due and payable to Daviess County, Kentucky by ordinance from the salaries, wages, and other compensation to be paid by the new employees of TerraPure Kentucky Distillers, Inc., provided said corporation meets the criteria set forth in its application for incentives under the Kentucky Economic Development Finance Authority Kentucky Business Investment Program.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, this is the final reading of an ordinance that will activate the Kentucky Business Investment Program. We have participated in it by rebating 0.35% of the occupational tax that we collect, or 100% of the 0.35% that we collect over a 10-year period. Roughly, that's going to cost us $70,000 to $80,000 in tax, and the state will provide David about $1 million, $1.1 million. So our part's $70,000. The state's part is $1 million, $1.5 million, or $1.1 million. In return, TerraPure has created 70 jobs, or up to 70 jobs, and will have invested $23 million into our community in capital equipment. And what's even nicer, in my opinion, is we've taken the old Medley's distillery, and they're producing bourbon again. Pretty cool. Any question or comment? Mr. Smith, do you have any comment regarding? Okay. There's no question or comment. Any question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Good luck, TerraPure.
5, consideration for discussion, A, other business to be brought before the Daviess County Fiscal Court. I am not aware of any.
We know what happens if they bring it, so next item.
B, public comments.
This is a time during our meeting in which we ask the public to come forward and identify yourself at the podium, and you're welcome to speak on anything other than what was on the agenda. I see no takers. Jenny?
C, comments by Daviess Fiscal Court.
Mr. Koger?
No comment, Judge.
Mr. Wathen?
No comment.
Mr. Caslin?
Judge, I've been asked to speak on behalf of Chief Smathers. He's unable to be here this evening, and he said that they're going to this weekend or starting tomorrow evening. He said they're going to have the Green River.
Right.
Let me read this better. Friday starts the Green River Firefighters Association Bryant Stiles Officers School. It runs Friday through Sunday at the Convention Center. They're expecting about 1,000 firefighters to participate in the training, and he wanted to invite everyone to our vendors night, which is Saturday 4 to 8, and particularly the court. But he also said that I asked him, is this just for us or for citizens in the community? He said everybody in the community is invited. Okay. So he says there'll be children's activities as well as door prizes. So,
Okay. So you're going to take Daniel?
I'm not sure.
Not for the children's prize, but as a door prize. All right, anything else?
Well, I've actually tried to get him interested in wanting to be a volunteer firefighter.
Yeah.
So,
well, good luck.
So
with
I might
that.
take him for that.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Just a couple things, and continuing to speak for Chief Smathers, the Forestry Department has issued a burn ban for the state of Kentucky, and it runs to the 15th of April, I think, Jenny. It's in effect now and runs through the 15th of April. The conditions have been dry, it's windy, and it's warm, and I think this is probably a little earlier than they have done it in the past. As a matter of fact, there's not in California, but in Florida, I was there last week, and we actually hit some areas where they closed the highways down because of the wildfires that they were having. Next, I want to just put everybody's mind at ease. If you read the article on RWRA in the paper today, it didn't say what some of you thought it said. You saw where there is going to be a rate increase from RWRA, and that rate increase is averages about 5.1% a year over the next 5 years. The vast majority of that rate increase is driven by the EPA consent decree, where we are going to separate sanitary from stormwater to quit polluting the river. The second thing that was in the paper, and I've received a couple calls about this, was regarding the capacity fee. Today, RWRA charges a $525 capacity fee to folks who tap onto the sewer or where they extend sewers to them. Starting, if the rate review board passes the resolution that they're bringing to us, that $525 capacity fee will be replaced by a 53-cent a month charge to every individual who are ratepayers. Makes it more fair. It's a system, and it should be paid by everybody instead of those individuals who are wanting to tap on. Some folks thought that the article said that they would forgive the $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 cost to extend the sewers. It does not. It's the small capacity fee. So just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. Be sure during this warm, nice weather that jumps up and down to watch and listen to your weather radios. Engineer Brasher, I know, has a weather radio, don't you? Because I personally gave it to him instead of a flat screen TV. If there's no other business to be brought, yes, I'm sorry.
Only Farm City breakfast
Farm
Saturday
City
morning.
Breakfast. That's right. I forgot. Farm City breakfast Saturday morning at 7:30 at Daviess County High School.
That's correct.
Yep. So thank you, Commissioner. If there's no other business to be brought before Daviess County Fiscal Court without exception, we're adjourned.